I'm Old Justice, and I'm suffering from hiccups. Now, we're reading My Immortal, the worst fan fiction on the interwebs. Now, we're at chapter 9. You can go back on the playlist to the first chapter if you lost part 1. This is part 3. And let's begin. Chapter 9. A.N. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the box. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault for hiccups. Well, they say getting scared stops the hiccups, right? Here we go. Oh. Not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Besides, I said he had a headache. And the reason Snap doesn't like Harry now... The reason Snap doesn't like Harry now is because he's Christian and Vampire is Satanist. MCR rocks. No. Just because you say you love blood doesn't make you a Satanist. Logan is a Satanist. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did with Draco. And all of a sudden, an horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie. Of course. And he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. She put ... Voldemort. Like it was supposed to surprise you. But she just said basically like Voldemort in the movie. I'm not scared enough yet. This isn't working. 5 o'clock somewhere. I need this. No, I shouted in a scared voice. But then Voldemort shouted, Imperious! And I couldn't run away. Crookshank! I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Ebony, he yelled, Thou must kill, vampire partner. Thou must kill. Thou. I didn't realize Voldemort talked like the Bible. I thought about Vampire and his sex eyes and his gothic black hair. Now his face just looks like Joel Madden. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand. So I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him? And they broke up. Took it this long to realize that. No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Guns! Thou must, he yelled. If thou dost not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude you so retarded look on his face. I have telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if you doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco. He shouted, then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. This is the worst fan fiction of all time. I was so scared and mad, I didn't know what to do. Suddenly Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said, hi. Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation, messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? No, I don't get it. Please explain. Is it because he's Satanist that you keep seeming to shout out at us? Between Joel Madden and Gerald Way. Are you okay, I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me, I expelled. That's okay, he said, all depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts, together, making out. She has no idea how relationships work, does she? Chapter 10. A.N. Stoop it, you gay fags. If you do not like my story, then fuck off. P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle after all. And she and Vampire are evil, that's why they moved houses, okay? Huh. Is that public now? Well, I guess I could have got that from before, with the AIDS comment, but no. Oh well, we'll see. I was really scared about Voldemort. Wait, she spelled Voldemort wrong. Voldemort. Voldemort? You mean like Putin? I was even upset, went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead guitar of it, and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. I wonder if she likes MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron. Although we call him Diablo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it. And Hagrid. Who's Hagrid? Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too. And the only way you can kill a vampire is with a C-R-O-S-S. There's no way I'm writing that. Horse stick. And Vampire was probably watching a depressed movie, like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs, and a tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. You sound too young to be. Why are you... You were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay, Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily. Then I said, well, Voldemort came, and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him, because he's really nice. Even if I did go out with Draco, and I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly Draco jumped out from behind a wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you? You fucking poser muggle bitch. See? Is that out of character? Yes. I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry cry too all sensitive. I forgot I can't correct grammar. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly she spells Dumbledore wrong. Dumbledore. Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fury, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache. We practiced for... Oh, okay. Sorry, wrong sentence. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Let's see why. Ebony Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists. Chapter 11. Joy. And I see stop flaming you prep. See if this chapter is stupid. 1111. It dealt with really serious issues. CPC for yourself if it's stupid. Virus thanks to my friend Raven for helping me. No, I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to fuck off and ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room, because he would look like a perv that way. Right, Dumbledore. Perv, right. Anyway, I started to cry in tears of blood, and then slit both of my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily, where I put on my Linkin Park song at full volume. I like Linkin Park! It's the worst part! I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it, sandly. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked in the window and screamed, "Snap!" Snap? Right, Snap. Snap was spying on me, and he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masturbating to it. They were both sitting on their broomsticks. You fucking pervs, stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly Vampire ran in. Abracadabra, he yelled at Snape and Lupin, pouring his wand. Yeah, she actually spelled Snape and Lupin right. Huh. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming, and the camera broke. Suddenly Dumbledore ran in. Dumbledore. I might be able to last this. Ebony has been revealed that someone has no. He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then he waved his wand and suddenly Hagrid ran outside on his broom and everyone, we need to talk. And said everyone we need to talk. But do you know, Hagrid, you're just a little Hogwarts student. Hagrid is not a student, and it's Hagrid, it's not Hagrid. I may be a Hogwarts student, Hagrid paused angrily, but I am also a Satanist. This cannot be, Snap said in a crisp voice as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. There must be other factors. You don't have any, I yelled in madly. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there. I felt faint, more than I normally do. How it feels when you do not drink enough blood. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. Dirty hands on his cloak. Then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and angry, shocked and happy, or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because Hagrid said, and he paused in there directly waving his wand there, then swapped in he singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Because you're gothic? Snap asked it in a little afraid voice because he was afraid it meant he was connected with Satan. Because I love her. Is she making her own character be in love with Hagrid? Really? Okay, last chapter I'm going to do for this episode. Okay, I can do this. Ian, stop F-A-ing, okay? Hagrid is a pedo too. A lot of people in American schools are like that. I wanted to address that issue. How do you know Snap ain't Christian? She spelled Christian wrong. And she isn't showing Christians properly. I'm Christian. Plus, Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric. Okay? Can she spell any word right? I was about to slit my wrists again with the silver knife that Drago had given me in case anything happened to him. He had told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both be together. Must go together. No, I thought it was Hagrid, but it was Vampire. He started to scream. OMFG, no, my scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. How did you know? I saw it, and my scar turned back into the lightning bolt. No, I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. You always had the scar. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation. He said back. Anyway, my scar hurts, and it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me. Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Volleyfmort has him as bondage. Anyway, I was in the school's nurse's office, now covering for my slit wrists. Snap, if it wouldn't kill her, what's the big deal if she's vampire? Snap and Lupin had Hagrid were there too. They were going to St. Mango's after they recovered, because they were pedophiles, and you can't have those fucking pervs teaching at school with lots of hot girls. Dumbledore had constant patted the Cedo camera, and they took me naked. I put up my middle finger at them. Anyway, Hagrid came into my hospital bed holding a bouquet of red roses. Anobi, Hagrid says, those are... Oh, right. I scrolled down too early. Fuck off, I told him. You know I fucking hate the color pink anyway. I don't like fucked up preps like you, I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before for being gothic. No, Enemy, Hagrid says, these are not roses. What are they, goths to you, poser prep? I asked because I was angry he had brought me pink roses. I saved your life, he yelled angrily. No you didn't, I replied. You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton T video made from your shower scene and being viewed by Snap and Lupin, who masturbated. See, is that spelled wrong? She spelled masturbating right this time. Have to give her a little credit for that, right? To it he added silently. Whatever, I yelled angrily. He pointed his arm at the pink roses. Those aren't roses. Someone looked at them with an evil look in his eyes and muttered, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. That's not a spell, that's an MCR song, I corrected him wisely. You know, I was just warming up to my vocal cords. Then he screamed, Tell us Magneto mi Kuriaka Romantico. For all you cool gothic MCR fans out there, that is a tribute, specifically for Raven. I love you, girl. Oma Noto Okoyo. And then the roses turned into a huge black flame flowing in the middle of the air, and it was black. Now I knew he wasn't a prep. So the color black is somehow anti-prep? Oh boy. Okay, I believe you. Now, what the fuck is Draco? Well, I think he's Draco, but spelled wrong? Maybe? Hagrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing. You see, Enobi, Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame. To see what is not the flames. Haha, you reviewers flames, get it? You must find yourself first, okay? Best rendition of Dumbledore I've ever seen. Let's repeat that for a second. To see what is not the flames, you must first find yourself first. Okay? I have found myself, okay, you mean old man? Hagrid yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. Hagrid stormed off back into his bed. You are a liar, Prof. Dumbledore. Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joe Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me, so I looked like Samara from The Ring. If you do not know who she is, you are a prep, so fuck off. Guys, I think I'm a prep. and I put on blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss. You look kiwi, girl, Bloody Mary said sadly. Fangs, get it? You do too. I said sadly too. But I was still upset. I slit both of my wrists, feeling totally depressed, sucked all the blood. Cried in the bathroom and put the shades on it so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magical magic creatures? Magical magic creatures, huh? He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared, and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. Hi, he said in a depressed way. Hi back, I said, Quali said way. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes, so much as like Draco's. Then, we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. Stop it now, you horny simpleton, shouted Professor McGonagall, who was watching us, and so was everyone else. Vampire, you fucker, I said, slapping him. Stop trying to screw me. You know I love Draco. I shouted, and then I ran away angrily. Just then he started to scream, OMFG, no, my scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up. You could see his red whites. No, I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but the Avlo changed into a pentagram for me, and I always cover up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt, and I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him as bondage. Didn't she already say that? Special thanks to Raven, my gothic blood sister. What the fuck? You're supposed to rate this. 11111111111. Hey Raven, do you know where my sweater won? This has been this episode of My Immortal. Please like and subscribe to me. I don't know how long I can keep this up. Please, I'm begging you from the bottom of my heart. I don't know how much longer I can last.